that hot mess that they air in the mornings called The View had to issue not one, not two, not three, but 4 corrections, legal corrections, 4 legal notes. Not to mention what they did at that debate, where once again, they tried to fact check only one side. And then when their fact checks got fact checked, they cowered. They cowered in fear. I mean, this is a pattern with them.
I think the problem with that show is that show has this very specific ideological bubble in which they operate in. Mm-hmm. You know, and they always bring on a token conservative woman and they yell over her and silence her. And, you know, they did that with
That hot mess they air every morning called The View didn't just get something wrong. They got 4 things legally wrong. Not 1, not 2, not 3. 4 legal corrections on live television. And when they tried to fact check only one side during a debate, their facts got fact checked back and they cowered. This isn't an accident. It's a pattern.
Go for it. Yeah,
there's nothing there. Sometimes comics do that.
Yeah, and the other question is then, is that representative of a big constituency? I think probably yes.
Well, a lot of
MSNBC viewers are probably also thinking,
I don't even think the MSNBC viewers, I think
that's
they're a little bit more sophisticated than that.
Yeah.
This is like low information, blue no matter who, like older housewives who are mad at the world. That's the appeal that Whoopi Goldberg.
The real problem with The View is their sealed-off ideological bubble. Disagreement isn't discussed, it's shouted down. They bring on a token conservative woman, talk over her, silence her, like they did with Megyn Kelly. 4 years, the show floated untouchable, controlling daytime TV in illusion, not reality.
Will be sworn in as the 47th president of the United States, yay, on January 20th. Of this month. Not everyone's happy about it, and many people would like us to be more focused on the insurrection that he personally unleashed, if you ask them. As we discussed earlier, they think it's as bad as like the Holocaust, and you don't have to take my word for it. Here is Sunny Hostin of
January 6th was an atrocity. It was one of the worst moments in American history. And when you think about the worst moments in American history, you know, like World War II, things that happened, you know, like the Holocaust, chattel slavery.
Yeah, the January 6th is right up there next to.
That illusion finally cracked when Joe Rogan and Megyn Kelly teamed up. Their criticism was so sharp it visibly rattled one host, leaving her shaken, struggling to maintain composure. The polished image everyone believed in broke right there on air. A wake-up call for viewers and hosts alike.
In fairness, though, I mean, The View has to be, you know, if you average out The View hosts, among the dumbest people on television. And so it's like they say the thing that people are thinking, but they say it very directly, so they expose whatever truth. But
I don't think some of them are dumb.
You don't think so?
No, I don't think Sunny Hostin.
You think it's deliberate?
I think she's ideologically driven, and they have blinders on, for sure. I don't think Sunny's dumb. But Whoopi is certainly not the brightest person, and what she just said just doesn't make any sense. It's just like so silly to say. It's not a well thought out. It's like if you had an idea for a premise and it was totally baked and half baked, and you went on stage with it and just couldn't.
Then Joe Rogan steps in.
Typical View mornings. 5 women talking over each other, no listening, only interrupting. Joy Behar panics. Whoopi Goldberg stares into space. Sunny Hostin argues with reality. The audience applauds when someone mentions words like empowerment or democracy. It's chaos masquerading as discussion.
She's Anna Navarro in your wildest imagination. You could never solo host a show. You will only ever make it as part of an ensemble, and you could never hope to achieve the success that Tucker Carlson has. So you can sit in your little cheap seats all day long and enjoy your little negative henpecking, but your careers are going nowhere, and Tucker is about to dominate in whatever.
When The View compares January 6th to the Holocaust or child slavery, credibility dies. Exaggerated claims, overlapping voices, and hollow moral panic replace reasoned debate. Anyone trying to finish a thought is drowned out instantly. The show is no longer discussion, but group therapy under studio lights.
Hot mess that they air in the mornings called The View had to issue not one, not two, not three, but 4 corrections, legal corrections. 4 legal notes. We only have 3 of them on camera, but look at this.
I have another legal note.
God.
Both Trump and Pam Bondi have denied allegations of a quid pro quo. I have a legal note.
You want to take this one, Joy, or are you good?
Megyn has long denied all allegations and has not been charged with any crime.
That's true.
Also, another legal note. Pete Hegseth's lawyer said he paid the woman in 2023 to head off the threat of a baseless lawsuit. He has denied any wrongdoing.
Not to mention what they did at that debate, where once again, they tried to fact check only one side, and then when their fact checks got fact checked, they cowered. They cowered in fear. I mean,
Not all hosts are dumb. Sunny Hostin is intelligent but ideologically captured. Whoopi Goldberg, less so. Statements often make no sense. Half-baked ideas are paraded as arguments. And that's when Rogan steps in, calm, confident, able to spot nonsense immediately, the same man who interviews astronauts, monks, and conspiracy theorists.
Sunny's very intelligent, but she's ideologically captured.
Right.
You know, that's sort of. I think the other ones. There's a couple of the other ones. Don't have to name any names. Are just very dull-minded. But I think Sunny's not one of them. I think she's smart but captured.
Sure, I think she came into it with an agenda.
Of course,
You know,
they do everything.
Then comes Megyn Kelly. Fox and NBC couldn't control her. Now she's armed with a mic, receipts, and a daytime TV hypocrisy file. She doesn't yell. She cuts, exposing contradictions, stacking egos like intellectual trophies, and dropping The View's credibility by 20 points in a glance. Together with Rogan, they form a tag team that sends PR teams into emergency mode.
Trump came out and said she's about as pro-choice as they come. And here was the reaction on The View.
I think she hates him.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Okay, so we can all
That's a
agree on
given.
that. That's a given. I also think that she wants to take him out. She does not want to be the first lady anymore.
They agree with you.
She doesn't want to be the first lady. She destroyed the Rose Garden. Who hates Christmas? Melania Trump hates Christmas. She doesn't want to decorate for Christmas. She doesn't want to have anything to do with him.
about that.
She doesn't want to sleep in the same room with him. She can't tolerate him.
Would you look? This is a network that still runs out fact checks to these women, like it's concerned about them staying factual. She hates Trump. She doesn't want to be near him. She doesn't want to be president again. She destroyed the Rose Garden and she hates Christmas. That is what passes for news on a network. They did a
Hot mess mornings require 4 legal notes. Trump denies it. Pam Bondi denies it. Pete Hegseth denies it. No charges. No crimes. Yet the show airs them anyway. Watching The View read legal disclaimers felt like a courtroom interrupting gossip theater. Absurd and revealing.
For Joey Behar, if I saw her, I'd give her a hug. I'd probably say the same thing about me if I was her. You're worried about losing your job, and you're worried about podcasts taking over, and who's the source of news, and we said Donald Trump was Hitler, but half the country disagreed with us, and he won, and this is fucking great. And Joe Rogan believes.
Rogan exposes the core issue. Hosts don't actually watch, check facts, or understand the topics. They perform outrage instead of informing. Volume replaces accuracy. Applause replaces truth. Evidence and context? Forgotten. Critical thinking? Optional.
What Whoopi Goldberg said?
What'd she say?
Whoopi Goldberg said that Biden could arrest all the Republicans and put them in jail. You just need to see how unhinged this kind of thinking is. Well, you know what Joe Biden could do? Joe Biden, you have to see it because it's so
On TV,
crazy.
she said
On television.
You know, just let's look at a scenario where the Supreme Court says, yes, he has all those rights. He is immune from everything.
Yeah.
You know what Joe Biden could do since he is presently president?
What?
He could throw every Republican in jail.
Kelly brings surgical precision, Rogan brings calm clarity. Facts, transcripts, real reading beyond headlines. Whoopi claims Biden could jail all Republicans. A statement so absurd it collapses under scrutiny. Joy Behar claims Rogan spreads hate, yet 32-second fact checks reveal the truth. Calm discussions on PTSD and meditation.
Hey, this is the most important part. This is right after she was saying, we are run by ABC News. You should trust us, not Joe Rogan, who believes in dragons. So she by saying we should trust them because they're double checked by ABC News, and then making the stupidest fucking statement. Like you didn't listen to what I said.
Yeah.
You didn't listen to what the wildlife out, and that's only a
The View's media bubble finally bursts. Rogan and Kelly expose staged outrage, shallow research, and fake moral superiority. Volume doesn't equal virtue. Emotional panic doesn't equal truth. When a UFC commentator and a former news anchor dismantle your arguments without yelling, your credibility isn't just outdated, your on-screen persona is demolished.